wonderful Windsor. Wonderful town. Windsor's a wonderful town.
Hello, Detroit. You've won my heart. Your renaissance and waterfronts give you a flair of your own.
Hello and welcome to the Heart of Windsor, the pulse of the Windsor arts community.
I think for some wild, crazy reason, Windsor has always attracted fine artists in all the realms.
Well, I would say the arts are an essential component of running a vibrant and a healthy city. So we've focused a lot on arts, especially in the last 3 years, and even in the 8 years before that, there's been a great focus and attention to the arts in the city of Windsor, and I think that we're starting to see the fruits of all that labor happening now, including with the recent opening of the University of Windsor School of Creative Arts downtown. I think that will help even further jettison all of the work that's being done to see great things happen.
Really quickly, I found that it was a really inclusive community. People were really excited to have artists and creators remaining in the community.
We've seen very much a very changed community. Very dynamic community. It's growing amazingly quickly. And I think that as it grows and strengthens, it gains more and more momentum moving forward. And so it's a very unique story that's happening here.
We have slam poetry happening in our city. We've got dance, we've got music. All the arts are represented. So I'm pretty confident that that will continue.
Take people to things. That's been my war cry for the entirety of us being here. Get your ass out of your apartment, out of your comfort zone. Even if the show is in, if you're a student, go to a show in the West End. Go to something. Just go support people who are trying to share like this intimate thing with you. If it's visual art or if it's music or whatever, you got to go to stuff.
This year, the Studio 2 journalism class created the Heart of Windsor, an arts radio show held at CJAM that allows us to talk to locals about the arts in Windsor, as well as showcase what is happening in the Windsor art scene. This class is run by Marty Gervais, who dreamed of an art show in Windsor.
I got this idea that maybe we could do a arts show. There is no arts show on the radio in Windsor. There's nothing like it. I mean, they cover the arts, but there's no arts show exclusive. And so I thought, could we do this? Could we pull this together? Instead of just covering the news, the general news, everyone's doing that. Why don't we cover the news about the arts in the community?
The class consisted of 4 students who took on new roles every 2 weeks and 2 student mentors. They were able to put together 5 shows and experience many different sides of journalism and radio.
Well, the first thing we would do is organize our interviews and interview our subjects, and then we moved on to the script and how are we gonna format it and whatnot. So it'd be first week it'd be 2 weeks for each show. The first one would be interviews, and we'd interview 2 guests, and then the second week would be we produce a show, we record it, we get the B-roll, all that jazz, and then on Monday it goes up, and the online story comes out, and the video comes out, and then we're on to the next.
I like that every week we do something new. It's never the same thing. We only had to redo one role once, which isn't that bad actually. We each got to see the different aspects of creating a news story and how to get news out there. We got to do radio, video, social media. We each got to see what it was like to be at a different, to see different elements of creating and making a story.
Anyone can show up, but these students put the effort in and were able to take something valuable from this course. Clearly, it left an impact.
Learning the process of a radio show and really getting into the inner workings of it, of how you book the interview, when you schedule it, and then how you go through the editing process, and just seeing how it's done step by step has probably been the most rewarding thing.
I think a very good thing that I've taken out of this class as like a reward is networking. From like the first day of the class, we've had to meet a lot of people.
Creating a show that mattered. Creating something that is new to Windsor now, because there wasn't one before. Being able to teach students and learn myself how to produce something. I think the most rewarding thing is not one thing, but of how much I've learned from this.
This course offers something different. It's hands-on, interactive, and gives you real-life experience.
Well, it puts you in the job situation. Other classes you're just sitting around for a lecture, but you're given different jobs and different tastes of different things you could do in radio. And it's also given me something I could put on my resume.
But for this class, like, I don't want to miss it. Like, even if I have to, it hurts.
But of course, not everything goes smoothly. This course had a couple of bumps along the way, but by working through it, we were able to get the job done.
It was making videos. I didn't realize that I had to get B-roll. I had to, you know, do the voiceover and stuff like that. So when I found that out, actually, I was panicking. I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it, but like you guys like helped me through it. So that was challenging, and I think with your help, I was able to get through it.
The amount of recording myself I had to do, I hate the sound of my voice, stresses me out, but I kind of just sucked it up and did it, and I got a sense of accomplishment every week.
These students took their challenges and learned something from them each week.
I think it's perseverance. We had to contact a lot of people for interviews, and the weekly deadline of the show going on really put a sense of urgency to it. So if you didn't get a response right away, there was really that pressure to keep going back to try and get the information or get the contact information.
How to get things done. Everything is very dependent on each other, where if you don't do your job, then the entire show can't really go on. Everyone's job depends on you getting it done. So, yeah, just learn how to get down to it.
He's definitely taught us how to ask questions really well, even if you're nervous or shy and you're interviewing somebody who's kind of intimidating. I think Marty's very brave and courageous. I think he's definitely an actual journalist who is not ashamed to, like, he does it for the news, he does it for the story. So I think we've all kind of learned how to become better journalists in this class because of Marty's teaching.
Covering the arts has been an inspirational journey that we are so glad and lucky to have been a part of. The arts in Windsor are important.
We turn to the arts not simply to be entertained, we should be entertained, but to feel better, to feel that we belong in this culture. So covering the arts is really basically trying to make sense of our chaos, make sense of our celebration.
Like I said, in Windsor, you almost have to do a little bit of digging to find the vibrant art scene. At least what I found last semester and doing this. So I'm not sure how many Windsor residents have really done that digging. I'm not really sure how many students have done that digging, and maybe if they listened, they gained a bigger appreciation for not only the arts in Windsor, but maybe Windsor itself.
Windsor is a great place to be. It's great for art. It's great for everything. So we need to be more confident in ourselves as Windsorites that we're awesome and we have something great to show. Now go out and see a show, catch a concert, allow yourself to be immersed in a poetry reading, and see what Windsor has to offer. Thank you, Windsor, for opening your doors and sharing your art with us.
Oh, I love you guys.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It looked like you were having like a great smile. I was like,